YouTube was in with this your boy Zell, and I'm back with another one. You heard me? In this video, we got boxer breakdown Terence Crawford layers by my dog Surgical Boxing. Let's get it.
Bud to me is one of the most well-rounded boxers in a fight game. Although some have criticized him of facing weaker opposition, you cannot deny the performances. Bud is one of the few boxers who has displayed several things. He can fight going forward and backwards. What I mean by this is that Bud has shown to be able to fight both offensively and defensively at an elite level. Not only does he have the speed, timing, and power, but he also obtains a high level of IQ for the fight. I'm going to best break down Crawford style through my interpretation. Bud is a switch hitter who is capable of fighting both orthodox and southpaw. He is a boxer puncher, capable of fighting inside or outside methodically while having the power to finish the fight at any time. We will begin the surgery with an incision into Bud's situational awareness of positionings. Bud and Benavidez are pretty much 50-50 in this position. Here you will see Bud use his jab to disguise his footwork to take the dominant outside angle. At this angle, Benavidez's left flank is compromised. The reason why this angle is so dominant for Bud is because he's practically one step ahead of Benavidez. He's able to throw with power in both hands while Benavidez has to first turn in order to square up with Bud before he's able to gain proper leverage in both hands. So here you see Bud go over the top of Benavidez's jab as his left flank is exposed. Pay attention again how Bud uses the jab to set up the outside angle to go over the top. Bud is very slick in the way he positions his opponents with his jab. Here he will paw his jab to square Benavidez up. Once he is squared, he will press some more to keep Benavidez lean back to take away any offensive leverage he has, and then he will open up to the exposed body. Here Bud does it again. As long as he's keeping his jab working, Benavidez is leaning back without stepping back. So as long as he's leaning back, he has relatively no leverage to return any meaningful counters back. So again, Bud goes to work on the body. All of this begins with the jab. Bud steps in with a straight cross to the body, which disguises the lead foot to the outside, which allows him to throw the double hook. Takes the outside angle again by stepping in with the jab. This time, even though he blocked the double hook, he tried to split the guard with the uppercut, but Benavidez was crafty enough to lean back.
And here it is again. When you put that big old defense up, those hands up,
Every step is calculated. Bud notices Benavidez follows him step for step, so when he takes a step back, he will time Benavidez stepping in and engage, catching him off guard.
His timing was immaculate.
Step back, he will time Benavidez.
And that split second, it's like if you play video games, it's called a freeze frame. After a move, you stuck, you can't do anything. Or after, it's a freeze frame. And Benavidez got stuck in essentially a freeze frame when he stopped his momentum for a second and Bud took advantage. That's how I show you how quick he is. Watch it.
Notices Benavidez follows him step for step. So when he takes a step back, he will time Benavidez stepping in and engage, catching him off guard. The whole point is that he's pulling his opponent in. And when his opponent isn't paying attention and steps forward, he will then strike like a cobra, catching his opponent when they least expect it.
round number 4. 2 undefeateds. One of the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. That's Terence Crawford.
Bud's feint here is important. Benavidez will react to it by pulling back with his head, not his foot. This means that he's looking to stand his ground, to look for a counter. Benavidez pulls away from the cross and tries to counter with the cross of his own, but Bud is able to beat him to the punch because he has his power jab loaded.
Oh my goodness.
The use of the left hand here is strictly to pin Benavidez's guard to open up the right hook to the body. Not every punch is meant for damage. Bud exploits the guard again by pinning it with the right hand, this time following up the right hook with an uppercut and right cross. Bud is a true master of changing up his speed and rhythm. Doing this makes it very hard for boxers to catch his timing to return any counters. Bud is going to use a throwaway cross, which means he's going to use the cross with no intentions of putting much behind it. He does this to get into position to set up the punches behind it. The throwaway left cross was brilliant. He intentionally goes through full motions and slows down the punches just so Benavidez bites onto it by parrying. You can tell because he squares the shoulders up, then adds a slight pause to show the left cross. When facing Jeff Horn, he showed that he was effective fighting off his back foot against the bully, showing perfect timing as well as being able to develop proper power while moving backwards. In boxing, we typically see either a fighter that's great fighting forward or fighting backwards, but rarely do we see that they're capable of doing both. Pay attention to how he moves with his punches. By using movement with punches, he's able to not only create space to land punches, but creates new angles that are favorable to his positioning to throw proper punches with full leverage. A good boxer makes you miss by a mile, but an elite boxer makes you miss by an inch. That way, he can return fire of his own.
Matters to the judges. That's exactly what his trainer told him.
Not only the judges, but it's allowing Porter to get.
Bud uses his jab to blind Porter while taking the outside angle, taking advantage of Porter not pulling backwards with his feet to finish over the top with the right hook. Effective lateral movement is how to keep a boxer puncher from being able to plant their feet. You can actually manipulate distance because it's hard for your opponent to gauge how far you truly are due to constant movement. In this sequence, Postal gets frustrated and lunges in while Bud makes him pay for his mistakes.
Can't get impatient against Bud, bro. Can't do it. Because he gonna make you do that. He gonna make you touch that canvas.
A good trap begins with a punch that gets your opponent to react so that you're then able to counter over it. Bud effortlessly flows with this engagement because of his expertise in switch hitting, from turning southpaw to orthodox.
Porter coming in behind the jab. Crawford.
And the short uppercut that we showed. And the body punches 28.
One of the most beautiful things to see in boxing is when Bud is in rhythm. Everything is in sync. He's flowing naturally, moving just enough to get in and out of distance, disguising his angles while throwing punches at all different speeds. You might as well call it him going Super Saiyan.
And there's a 1-2 from Khan. Give him credit. He was down in the first round. He's trying to hang in there. Oh, big left hand from Crawford. Uppercut, right hook.
If I do anything different. Look at that. Look at that. That's what you got to do right there.
There's a left uppercut from Crawford. He steps right into that kitchen.
He's smelling it.
And now, as a righty, Crawford comes in. There's a 3-pine.
Crawford took that last round off and.
There's not a lot of boxers today who has the killing instinct instilled into them. Even if Bud is ahead on all judges' scorecard, he really goes after it. You can teach boxing, but if there's one thing you can't teach, it's how to be a killer.
It's over. It's over. Rhythm to him right now.
Let me say that one more time.
There's not a lot of boxers today who has the killing instinct instilled into them. Even if Bud is ahead on all judges' scorecard, he really goes after it. You can teach boxing, but if there's one thing you can't teach, it's how to be a killer.
It's over. It's over. Rhythm to him right now.
He's back.
Oh, a lunging left hand. That backs up Kaliaskis. Then an uppercut. And looks good on his feet, but not coming forward and firing at Crawford for the moment. There's that overhand right. And another combination.
Man, shout out to Surgical Boxing for another masterpiece. And to all my supporters, man, like, comment, subscribe, and share this to somebody who need to hear one over 2K. Shout out to all my haters. Shout out to one of your homies that hate me. I love all my haters. Till next time. Let's get it.